morning, students. Hope you all are fine and safe. So, are you all ready to learn EVS? Very good. So, our chapter name was The Sun, the Moon and the Stars. Do you all remember? Very good. So, in our previous class, we studied about what? Yes, the sun. We studied about the sun. Like, sun is the huge ball of gases. And what was the next point? It gives us light and heat. Then what? And we studied sun is the brightest object in the sky. What? It is the brightest object in the sky. Understood? And also we studied that it is the closest star to the earth. What? It is the closest star to the earth. Understood? Okay, so in our previous class we also studied about the 8 planets. Do you all remember about? Very good. So, and what is it together known as? Yes, solar system. The sun and the 8 planets together known as what? Solar system. Do you all remember the planets' name in order? Very good. So, it is what? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and yes, Neptune. So, these are the 8 planets and together it is known as what? Solar system. Okay. So, in today's class, we are going to study about the moon. About what? The moon. So, are you all ready? Very good. So, during the night time, we can see the moon and the stars in the sky. Isn't it, children? Yes, during the night time, we can see the moon and the stars. Okay. So, the moon is a ball of rock. So, it's a ball of rock. Understood? And it is the closest neighbor in the sky. So, it is the closest neighbor to the earth in the sky. It's our closest neighbor. Okay. So, we all know that the earth revolves around the sun. Right, children? We all know that the earth revolves around the sun. Just like that, the moon also revolves around the earth. So, the moon revolves around who? Earth. Okay, so the moon revolves around the earth. Understood? And it takes around 27 days to complete one circle and it is known as revolution. Okay, it takes around 27 days to complete a revolution, which means one circle around the earth. Understood? And we all know that the moon shines, right? The moon shines in the night. We all know about it. But the thing is that the moon has no light of its own. It doesn't have light of its own. It reflects the light from the sun. So it only reflects this light that it gets from the sun. Okay, so it doesn't have its own light. Understood? I think this will be new information for you. So the thing is that the moon has no light of its own. It's reflect the light from the sun. Okay, children? Okay. And there is one more thing. We always see different shapes of moon, right? One day we can see a full moon and other day we can see a half moon and other day a quarter of moon. Right. So just like it has many shapes. Why? What's the reason behind this? So the reason is that as we already said before that the moon only lit up by the light from the sun. So we can only see the parts of moon which is lit up by the sun. That's why we can only see a different parts like different shapes, and this different shapes is known as phases. What? Phases of the moon. So the reason behind the different phases of the moon is that we can only see the parts that is lit up. So it is looks like the moon is changing its shape. So that's the reason behind the different phases. Understood? So the moon has no its own light. It lit up by the light that it gets from the sun. Understood? So today we studied about the moon. Do you all remember the points? Okay, so let's recall it together. So the moon is a ball of rock and it is our nearest neighbor in the sky. It is our nearest neighbor in the sky and it revolves around the earth. Okay, so and it takes around 27 days to complete one circle around the earth. Understood? And also the moon has no light of its own. It gets light from the sun, so we can only see the part of the moon which is lit up by the sun. Okay, understood? So in our next class we will study about the different phases and its name. So that's it for today's session. Hope you all enjoyed and understood today's point and class. So let's see in our next class. Until then, bye.